and welcome to my channel, True Spirit. I really want to work on a jingle, maybe. I kind of also was thinking like a rap, like if you were struggling, why you be buggling? Oh wow, that's terrible right off the bat. This is the video I've decided that I am going to practice my editing skills. It's the video. And today's topic is tarot cards. Are they evil? What's the deal? Are they real? Oh, see, I can rhyme. I can make up a jingle rap. Anyway, in this video, we're going to go into what tarot cards are and if they're bad or good. Also, if there's any sustenance to them. You know, you might have come across a general tarot reading and it was like, abundance is right around the corner. And you were like, oh my God, dope. And then around the corner hit you in the face. And instead of abundance, it was just like crickets. Cricket. So we're going to go over all that today. I wrote down notes. So as I'm reading, I'm on this laptop. Okay. So I'm just going to consult my notes. I don't have anything memorized. I don't have a teleprompter, but we're going to get through this. All right. Are tarot cards real? What's the deal? Just in case I don't edit, I'm gonna just edit in my brain and be so awkward. This is why people make fun of me. This right here. I am so weird. Okay, what are tarot cards and why do people use them? It's a great question. So early origins of the cards date back to 1430, somewhere around there in Italy. And it was actually a game called Tarocchi. It's spelled Tarocchi. Tarocchi. So I would equate it to the game of life. Did you guys ever play that game in the 90s where, you got a car and then the game chose your fate? You knew if you got married, how many children you were going to have, what the gender of your children was. The game decided what house you were going to get, if at all. I always ended up getting that split level bullshit. You know what I mean? Ring. So gross. Anyway, so it was like that in 1430. So created as a card game. The people were super bored. Okay, so like your options in 1430 was to watch your sister get leprosy or, have the tax man come and cut your hand off for trying to evade giving all of your bread to the king. So, of course, they invented a card game, to live out a fantastical life that is not the reality. Is this foreshadowing? Maybe. So anyway, okay, so it was a game. It kind of faded away, wasn't really talked about. The deck was later adjusted in the 18th century, right? So the 1700s, but it was suited to the occult. And that's why the cards have a bad rap today, is because when, I can't remember his name, but I'm about to list another guy who kind of saved it. But that's why people are like, oh no, it's used for voodoo, which people who do voodoo and the dark arts absolutely will sometimes use tarot cards, but it's for manipulation. Same as when the people use the Bible to tell gays they're going to hell. Okay, it's all about the energy in which you use the tool. Okay, so anyway, Jean-Baptiste Eliette, I'm thinking is French. He went by the pseudonym Etilia. Etelia. So he published the first definitive tarot guide in 1783. And he was the one who used it for a tool of spiritual divination and growth, right? Manifestation, like powerful influence. And then now, of course, in the 21st century, it's made a huge kind of comeback, especially with like the YouTube influencers. Okay, they had a huge impact on me. TikTok, you know, you see a lot more tarot now. The question is, why did I write these notes weird? Oh my gosh, I am gonna have to edit this video. If I don't, y'all are gonna make fun of me anyway. Should I use them? Shouldn't I? How real is this? I don't know. Should I? Everybody says it's wrong, and then everybody says it's right. What are we to do? I meditated on this, all right? And I asked God, Jesus is my homeboy, really and truly. And I meditated on it. I asked in earnest, and this is the response I got. Okay, and I made a list. A, tarot cards are not evil, and you will not burn in hell if you use them. But, okay, user beware. Use them properly. One should not use them obsessively or give them any sort of power over your life. Just like with anything else. Does this ring a bell? Drinking, marijuana, gambling, sex, anything that, anything that can be used obsessively and then ultimately misused, you're giving it a power over your life that is then not good. Okay, so here we go. Okay, the mistake I made was consulting the cards on a daily basis and then misinterpreting them sometimes. And that can have karmic consequences. I could have avoided those consequences had I not even used the cards to ask very important questions about things, right? So have you ever met somebody who uses the Bible to, form their own bias and narrative, and then, manipulate people with it? It's the same thing, guys, okay? It's gross. B, tarot cards do have the ability to inspire, motivate, and grow as a human being. The tarot reading that I received in June of 2023, I was asking the lady, I was like, should I get like a third waitressing job? I'm barely scraping by financially. And the tarot reading essentially said I had skills and abilities that were laying dormant and I was supposed to be doing much more. And you know what? That kind of sparked this ignited passion in me. I co-wrote and illustrated and published a kid's book. I finally wrote my motivational speech and I took it to Spain. So now technically I can say I'm an international motivational speaker. However, I do want to throw in there that I have to re-edit my speech before it gets to better paid stages, and that's a process, but still, that tarot reading motivated me. And some of the ones I watched online, they also motivated me and then guided me away from like my ex-boyfriend who kept cheating on me and then lying about it. And those general readings were like, he's wearing a mask, not going to change. And then I kept going back thinking he might, and they were right. He won't. Anyway, what was my next note here? Okay. On the other hand, so yeah, uplifting, it absolutely can motivate you to be a better person. And that is so beautiful. That's what God wants. That's what God wants, y'all. On the other hand, tarot cards have the ability to keep you stuck too. There is one influencer in particular. She would do the readings about the same thing over and over again. This karmic betrayed you, and they're getting their karma. They weren't right to you, and they're getting theirs now. And it was over and over and over again for weeks and weeks. And I finally was like, did somebody betray you? And she was spouting her narrative off onto through all of the readings. And so that's where I think you can put the focus on something that is not constructive. Maybe it kind of makes you feel better if you were betrayed, but if you hang on to that energy, you cannot grow. You cannot receive this abundance that you really want to receive. Okay, discernment is the key. Is this reading motivating you, or is it keeping you in a state of grievance? Yeah, I think I just said that. Okay, next little bullet point. Are they evil? Tarot cards are not evil. Think about it. The Bible can be an amazing source of love and inspiration, but it can also be a tool for manipulation, control, and abuse. And I think I mentioned that earlier, but I'm going to keep repeating that for as many years and sentences as I can. I'm still so new at this content thing, like this. Yeah, I'm not even an influencer yet, and I'm literally cringing at me right now. I can't wait to like go back and watch these videos and be like, "Ay, oh, I'm already doing it right now." I know it's cringe, but bear with me. This is important. Okay. Okay. Can they predict the future? This is what I wrote. Oh, because I did meditate on this. Okay, so it said, I wrote, tarot cards simply tell you about the energy that is currently in your life. Many times I do a reading on myself, and those cards just paint a picture that I already know was going on. All right. Okay, so like my boyfriend cheated on me. I'm broke. I need more self-care, and a new job is on the horizon. That's all stuff I knew, and then I just kept doing these readings that said the same thing. It was kind of keeping me stuck, because if you're not, wait, I'm gonna get there. I wrote it in my notes and I want to say it correctly. If you give these cards or these readings too much power over your life, it may be a self-fulfilling prophecy. And simply because you let a card show you that maybe like a tower is coming, you may inadvertently create that tower. However, that goes both ways. If you let the 10 of Pentacles card show you that abundance and long-term stability is imminent, then your mindset can absolutely manifest that. The trick, this is, guys, pay attention, okay? The trick of the enemy, where was I? The trick that the enemy can use, however, is to take you out of living in the present, okay? Living in the present moment. Can I just, I'm gonna redo that. Okay. The trick that the enemy can use is to take you out of living in the present moment. Okay, God wants us to live in the present. Don't live in the past, and try not to worry about the future. It's not here yet. Every day you are presented with an opportunity. Okay, every day you are presented with an opportunity to be kind, to love yourself, and to take steps, you know, even baby ones, that will then have a positive effect on your future. Okay, so if you're like doing these tarot cards and you're like, oh, something amazing's coming, something amazing's coming, that is literally taking you out of the present moment. And source, God, light, you know, Buddha, Jesus, the light energy, they want you living for today. What is that from Rent? It's like, live for today. I think that's from some musical. All right, what else did I say here? Okay, if you've been listening to readings that say massive abundance is coming and you believe it, boop, 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 then you are putting yourself in a state of anticipation. So you're always going to be anticipating that abundance, right? I fell into that trap myself. So I decided to let go of, worrying about the outcome. I know that at some point in time, I'm going to receive my abundance. And I know that at some point in time, the love of my life is going to come into my reality. But if I spend my day to day worrying about the when, then I might be skewing the positivity that is supposed to be delivered to me, if that makes sense with you guys. Okay, what else did I write? Yep. Oh, remember, you as a soul, before you came into this reality, you mapped out the blueprint of your life, okay? You mapped out your struggles, you mapped out your triumphs, okay? So try not to worry too much about when is this going to happen and where is this going to happen and what is this going to look like. Your higher self took care of that ish before you got here. Okay, so you guys need to concern yourselves with like today, how can I rise above the anxiety of something I did that's wrong? How can I help my friend who's going through a hard time? How can I change my eating habits, my smoking habits, my drinking habits so that, I have a better tomorrow? Does that make sense? Great. Because I meditated on this a lot, and Spirit was like, here's what you got to say. Okay, this is my last little, is it my close it? Whoa, I wrote a lot. Is it okay that I read this, guys? Are y'all going to be like, why are you read? Because I want to say this correctly, okay? There is no bad or good. I'm trying to decide if I look ugly when I look down. This is another thing I need to stop caring about, is thinking I'm hideously ugly. Okay, there is no bad or good. It is important to remember that everything that is going on in your current reality is an energetic manifestation of what you put out into the universe yourself. There are some caveats to this, but I'll get to that in a moment. So I'm going to use some of my personal examples, things that have happened in my life to explain this better. Okay, so I know this one. In 2012, I was using my ex-husband's credit card to order sushi and go to the movies and put gas in my car. He was a trust fund baby and had just like millions of dollars. So my broke butt was just like, he won't even notice, which is true. He didn't notice. But does the universe care about that? No. The universe knows that it wasn't my money and I was using money that wasn't my own. And then just a few months after I'd been doing all that, and I'm not a stealer, right? I'm not really a thief. But I did that thinking it was okay. A few months later, my house got broken into. My MacBook Pro was stolen. I got in a car accident and totaled the only car I had that actually came from him. Yep. So the karma that had come back on me, I actually created before it got there, because the universe is just going to dish back to you the stuff and the vibes and the actions and behaviors that you send out into the universe. You see what I'm saying? I hope you're following me. All right, so okay, so the positive side of karma, right, or the dharma, is different. Wait, what? How? Okay, so I wrote. So the universe was just playing my own rules back to me. This is what makes karmic law so perfect and unfailing. Because the positive side of karma or dharma is that because I go out of my way to help various people with car rides or cleaning their house, I have random strangers come out of the woodworks to help me with various things. So do you guys see that if you're obsessively doing tarot readings every day, trying to consult them and say, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? First of all, you're giving your own um autonomy and authenticity and your own godlike power to a deck of cards, which, by the way, they can be manipulated by some mischievous forces that are not always for your highest good. You know, you can sage all you want, you can use crystals all you want, but shadow sides, shadow entities, shadow whatever, I don't know them well enough to know that they'll stay away if I ask politely. Do you see what I'm saying? So they might use something to then mess with your brain. All right. Okay. So are tarot cards bad? Are tarot cards bad? Of course not. Can they be used in a way that changes your energy for the not so constructive? Absolutely. So user beware. And then I wrote, to conclude, live in the present. That's what God told me. He said, live in the present. Live for today, all right? Make good vibes because good vibes ripple.